Hey guys, Fargema 101 here, back with another of our Weakness Cup matches. This is the fourth match, I believe. Yeah, I think this is the fourth match that we did. I've kind of lost track, to be fair, because I'm both recording these. So, as you can see, we're bringing with us Dinosaur, our Breloom, Spike, our Gigalith, our cool Delphox, who hasn't got a nickname yet, and Greninja, who also hasn't got a nickname, just because this team was built like super quickly. Mainly because although I'd done some prep and team testing, there was an issue with the signing, so I tried to log in the day it went live and couldn't sign in. It said it was closed, and then it opened up sort of like 2 days before. So this sort of had to get built really quickly based on what I'd done in team testing. As you see, Adon's bringing with him a super powerhouse of a team actually. We're singing Hydreigon, which I'm surprised we didn't see more of because there wasn't many fairies in the format. Partly why we bought a Delphox though, because ×4 Dazzling Gleam is going to kill it. He's also weak to Breloom as well, which is super handy for us. And Greninja. So we're also seeing a Tangrowth, which is ridiculous bulk on the field. Just stupid bulk. We're seeing another Delphox. I was actually really surprised how many Delphoxes we're on using. I mean, Delphox is particularly good in this format as well, but I didn't expect to see quite as many as we saw. I thought a lot of people would sort of miss it in favour of things like Togekiss, but there we go, we're seeing another one. And a T-Tar, which I think is about, we've seen a T-Tar pretty much every match, I believe, at the moment. So, we're going to jump into the matchup for you guys. So you can see Tangrowth Hydreigon lead. From our opponent, is we're going to open Breloom Gigalith, so Dinosaur and Spike it in the field here. We can see Sandstream kick in, which boosts our offensive moves, which is quite cool, rock and ground type moves, which is pretty cool, and makes me sure we can get some more damage off. He's going to withdraw the Hydreigon, I'm guessing predicting the Mach Punch, which I believe we did go for, as we see Delphox come in, so that's a pretty good switch on his part. It's not very effective. It actually still does, Technician Boost, he still does a nice big old chunk. However, that Delphox is just, and because he Giga Drained our Gigalith, this Delphox has just switched into a Sandstorm boosted, Weakness Policy boosted Rock Slide, and if it connects, that thing is gone. And we do actually connect, which is better than we did in the last match where we missed so many. Go and check that out if you haven't already. And we do a decent chunk to the Tangrowth as well actually, but it does one-shot that poor Delphox. So while I was a little bit like, oh, that was a good switch, he did switch into a Rock Slide, which, yeah, you might have been better off leaving Hydreigon. I don't know. We'll see. Hydreigon comes back out. So he's back in the same position where Mach Punch is super obvious, which is exactly what we're just going to go for. We just missed picking up the KO on the Hydreigon as he goes for a Flash Cannon. I don't know if that, he may have got some EV for defensive ball, because it definitely wasn't a berry. We've not seen Weakness Policy on it either. Tango goes for a Poison Jab into Breloom. Thankfully this thing's not massively offensive, so we do live on 15. Hydreigon avoids the Rock Slide. What is with these Rock Slide misses, guys? It's just crazy the amount we're missing. Hydreigon's going to go, doesn't quite go down to Sandstorm, which just means we can just Mach Punch it next turn. Breloom's going to hang on by 7. Gigalith's going to take some damage as well. And residual damage is always nice, to be fair. Gigalith doesn't care. We're going to protect this turn because I figured, well, Tangrowth goes down to Sandstorm. We're gonna Mach Punch for Hydreigon just to get that out there, and it means it can't Giga Dry me to get health back and survive the Sandstorm damage, which is exactly what he does. So we made a nice little prediction there. So pretty good play on our part. Breloom is going to go down, so Donstream's going down to our own Sandstorm there, but to be fair, I think Breloom's job is pretty much done at that point. So obviously the T-Tar's in the back, but we can still kind of deal with that if we need to, as in comes the T-Tar as we speak. So Breloom would have been nice to deal with this, and we actually switch in Delphox and then immediately regret it. But we do have Dazzling Gleam, which is super effective, so we're going to go straight for that. Spread damage and not stab doesn't do too much on the T-Tar, and T-Tar's got some good bulk, so this could be a special defensive T-Tar. As it goes for a crunch onto Delphox, that's going to not quite pick up the KO because we've got a bit of natural bulk, as a nice big old Weakness Policy boosted Rock Slide is going to do a nice big old chunk to the T-Tar. Delphox is going to live on 3 just from the Sandstorm. T-Tar not effective, obviously. We're going to get another Dazzling Gleam off. It should pick up the KO, which it does. So fairly, I wouldn't say fairly straightforward room there for Horus. There's some good switches on Aiden's part. The only thing with this format is because everything is super weak to stuff, switching is really tricky to try and get. There's no such thing as a safe switching, really. I mean, particularly with Gigalith on the field, he'd have probably been better off letting his Hydreigon go down, or at least getting some damage off maybe first, because it would have outspared. See, we saw the Mach Punch didn't KO, so it would have outsped the Gigalith and got some decent damage off on the Gigalith, and then, yeah. So, but if you enjoyed that one, guys, make sure you go and hit that like button, leave any comments in the comment section down below. I always try and reply to comments left on my videos. And if you're new to the channel and enjoyed the match, go and check out some of the other content and subscribe for more content updates. I've been Fardroom101, and if I don't see you around, guys, I will see you on Battlespot. Take care for now. Bye.